Center for International Exchange. John Manjiro and Captain William Whitfield. In 1841, a chance encounter took place between John Manjiro and Captain Whitfield. Continuing the exchange between Japan and the US started by Manjiro and Captain Whitfield, America-Japan Grassroots summits have been held annually for the past 19 years with over 30,000 participants and volunteers. The 19th America-Japan Grassroots Summit in 2009 was held in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan. Around 100 participants from all over America went to Miyagi despite global recession and the swine flu restricting international travel. Including the volunteers and host families in Miyagi, nearly 2,000 people participated. On the first day in Miyagi, the participants chose from 4 different courses and enjoyed sightseeing in Matsushima, one of the 3 most scenic sites in Japan. The opening ceremony started with a song, In the Name of Brotherhood, in the Spirit of John Manjiro, composed by Brothers 4 to commemorate the first Grassroots Summit in 1991. The Honorable Yoshihiro Murai, Governor of Miyagi and Honorary Chair of the Miyagi Volunteer Committee, as well as Chairman Taizo Watanabe of CIE, gave a speech. They were followed by congratulatory messages from several guests.
What John Manjiro and Captain Whitfield dared to do is to accept someone into their lives who is very, very different.
Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, 97 years old and chairman of St. Luke's International Hospital, helped raise money for the renovation of Captain Whitfield's house where John Manjiro stayed 166 years ago and donated it to the town of Fairhaven in 2009. The opening ceremony was followed by a commemorative lecture entitled Nakahama Family and Whitfield Family, Untold Story of 168 Years of Friendship. Ms. Kyo Nakahama, 5th generation of John Manjiro, gave a lecture on her ancestor's life with a slideshow. Mr. Scott Whitfield, 6th generation of Captain Whitfield, talked about the close relationship between the two families using photographs. The exchanging of a globe between the two families takes place during every summit. The globe is given to the next summit host country from the country of the current summit. In 2009, it was passed to the Whitfields from the Nakahamas. This year, a surprise guest, Dr. Matthew Perry, a descendant of Commodore Perry and one of the participants, gave a speech.
For me to participate in the Grassroots Summit here in Miyagi.
The welcome reception commenced with a rousing performance of Yatsushika Odori, 8-deer dance, which impressed the American participants greatly. During the party, a medley of American and Japanese songs were performed by the Lilies Choir. The welcome reception had a relaxed atmosphere that helped everyone get to know each other, and in no time at all, the Grassroots exchanges had begun. Everywhere, people were chatting and taking photos. The highlight of the Grassroots Summit is, of course, the local sessions and homestay programs. In 15 areas of Miyagi, the American participants were welcomed by many volunteers with their unique programs featuring the culture of each of the local areas. In Osaki, one of the local areas, the participants visited Kamuro, where they could enjoy the traditional atmosphere of many small shops and remodeled storehouses.
Luncheon in this area, Osaki area.
The American participants met with their host families here and had lunch together. When they exited the storehouse, they were welcomed with a performance of the lion dance complete with Japanese drums. The American participants also tried their hand at Japanese drumming and received a well-earned round of applause. Everyone then moved on to their host families' homes. On the way there, they enjoyed walking on the narrow roads in the rice paddies and viewing the tranquil countryside scenery of Naruko in Osaki, a rice-producing area. Welcomed by their host families upon arrival, the true exchange began with experiencing real Japanese life. In Sendai, the participants experienced many aspects of traditional Japanese culture. The first was karate. Everyone learned the basic forms one by one. Next was tea ceremony. They tasted green tea and Japanese sweets and studied the traditional Japanese style of sitting with their legs folded under their knees. The participants in the Sendai area included members of FBC Storm, a hip-hop dancing team from San Francisco where the next summit in 2010 is planned. They were able to enjoy an exchange with the members of a modern ballet dancing group in Sendai. Dance is a powerful means of communication with people, perhaps even more powerful than language. After an impressive and graceful shamisen instrument performance, it was time for a fun barbecue lunch. The participants enjoyed the Miyagi specialty of beef tongue, sanma fish or saori, and pork miso soup, enjoying conversations with their new friends. Some of the American participants experienced Japanese agriculture in the Kakuda area. The Kishinamis are a farming family. The American guests enjoyed a traditional Japanese breakfast, including grilled fish, Japanese-style omelet, and miso soup with their host family. After the breakfast, they helped with the work on the farm. They also learned about greenhouse vegetables. They also experienced a traditional Japanese game and enjoyed the carefree and relaxed atmosphere. Using the Japanese ink brush for the first time, they painted the faces of wooden dolls called kokeshi. As all participants painted their own, they all have a truly unique kokeshi. In the Zao area, participants were invited to a ceramic workshop by a craft potter. Following the example, everyone made their own pottery ware and painted their own design. After finishing the 4-day, 3-night local session programs in the 15 areas, all the participants gathered in Sendai with many new memories. The closing session began with Suzume Odori, or Sparrow Dance, by a group called Yume Mazura Suiraku, who participated in the 2008 summit in Kentucky and invited people of Kentucky to the Miyagi Summit.
International exchange. And distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On this day, I, with my family, was living in a little village called Shibigate in the Karakura Peninsula.
Professor Ikuko Miyahara of Miyagi University showed pictures of the local sessions taken by her students on the big screen, and the audience began to cheer. The participants also fondly looked back on their own memories of the program and the time spent with their host families. Making use of the extra time before the farewell reception, a Suzume Odori workshop was held in the beautiful inner garden. Musubi Maru, the famous character of the Miyagi tourism campaign, and Aoba Suzunosuke, the famous character Suzume Odori, also joined the workshop. There were many participants enjoying the dance in happy coats. The farewell reception was the final event of the America-Japan Grassroots Summit in Miyagi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
They tried cherry trees themselves.
There was a surprise program here too. It was the birthday of one of the participants during the summit, and as a way of celebration, everyone sang happy birthday to him, and he was presented with some Japanese sake. The audience broke out into loud applause. An excited atmosphere filled the hall, and Akira performed a song. The American and Japanese people held each other's hands and danced to the song. FBC Storm, the hip-hop dance group from San Francisco, performed a dance to an audience who were so impressed that they were demanded an encore. Ms. Megumi Lorna Inoue, executive director of the Next Summit in San Francisco and Bay Area in 2010, wrapped up the event with a farewell message of "See you in San Francisco next year." Everybody was touched by the warm and gracious hospitality of Japan in the various areas of Miyagi and fostered small but precious international exchanges. Chatting and taking pictures with each other, everyone shook hands and promised to meet again. The Miyagi Summit may be over, but the friendships that began as seeds in Miyagi will continue to grow for years to come, as is the purpose of the Grassroots Summit. After the summit, many participants took the opportunity to take part in the post-summit optional programs such as Tokyo Free Time, Kyoto Homestay, Noto Homestay, and the famous Tohoku Summer Festivals, which includes participation in Sansa, Nebuta, and Tanabata festivals in the Tohoku region, and further deepen mutual understanding with people of different parts of Japan.